Hi, everyone. It's Nicole and Melissa. We are weight loss experts for women over 40. And this month we are focused on menopause. It's menopause month. And this particular week, we are going to talk about our menopause story and our uncomfortable conversation about, as health professionals, as nutritionists, personal
Personal
trainer,
trainer,
we gained weight. We gained
a lot.
weight in midlife. And so I'm going to just share my story, and then Melissa's going to share her story. And this whole month is going to be offering solutions, giving you hope that, we all go through the transition of menopause. So for a lot of women, perimenopause starts and can start as early as your late 30s and last anywhere between 8 and 10 years. So that is where your hormones are starting to readjust, they're starting to decline, and you start to feel it in your body. And, Melissa last week said there's over 100 symptoms that you can be feeling. One of the top ones is weight gain, belly fat, stubborn belly fat that just does not want to leave. So my story was kind of similar. It started in my mid 40s. I remember like all of a sudden overnight, I had this 10 pounds extra weight around my belly. I was like, oh my gosh, where is this coming from? And so I had to start to really do some things differently. And one of the things I started to do is to start heal my adrenals. I was really burnt out. I was exhausted. I was going through a divorce. And I remember my first coach that I hired said, okay, we're going to have to do things differently. And the different was slow down.
Mhm.
Stop working out so hard. Stop lifting heavy weights. Go for just a walk, have a nap, go for, longer sleeps,
And that's so hard
and
for most
rest.
women, right? Because
Yeah.
we have been programmed, go, 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 push through it. You're fine. You can deal with it. Just
Yeah.
go. And most women have so many responsibilities that they can't just
Yeah.
slow down and then they feel guilty. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're sharing that.
Yeah. So my I guess part of my story, and you'll hear more of it through the month, but this first part of my story is really that adrenals, is support your adrenals. And if you are waking up in the morning and you are so exhausted and you can't, it's hard to get out of bed, but yet somehow you find yourself in the gym lifting weights and running on the treadmill, stop it. I'm giving you permission right now. Please stop that. Especially if your number one goal is to lose weight. That was mine. My number one goal is to lose weight, get back into my, size 6 pants, size 6'8", kind of in that range. I wanted to get back in. I was like bulging over. I wasn't feeling good in my clothes anymore. And
Yeah.
um, and so listen to your body.
Yeah.
Give it some time. It took me about a couple months to lose that 10 pounds. So it wasn't like the old way in my 20s and 30s. It's like, I got 10 days. I got to lose 10 pounds. I got to be in a bikini.
Right.
I'm going to be on the beaches in Mexico. Okay, that stuff doesn't work with us anymore. We have to give time. So it's not a race, it's a long term game for our health. And this is maybe for some of you listening to it, it's going to be the first time that I, Melissa, we are going to be giving you permission to slow down for a period of time and do things differently. Get
Yeah.
rested, get some adrenal support, maybe hire a coach that can help and support you through this journey. And then when your adrenals are stronger and you've got more vitality in your body, we can start to add and build into that strength training when your body is ready for it. Okay. So that's kind of my first part of my story. I have many stories because I'm 50, almost 54. So my perimenopause story started in my 40s with weight gain. And that's where a lot of women that we work with come into our world, is that 40s and the weight gain. But we are working with women obviously in other stages of life, but 40s is a very popular age of like, where did this weight come from? So, Melissa, what is
Yeah.
your story? Because you kind of flew through your 40s with really no issues around weight gain until your 50s. So, she had a very
Right.
different story than me.
Yeah. And let's just summarize the whole thing. Why did you say, as you said, I flew through it? Why was my journey so much easier than yours? Is because of the stress that you had been under your whole life leading up to that. So that's what impacted your adrenals. I did not have the same kind of stresses, and that's a story for another time. We'll go into all the details of every decade of what was going on. But that is the number one reason why my journey was so much easier, because my adrenals were not burnt out. So
Yeah.
we can't say this enough. If you are feeling like that, your adrenals need love. And I know you feel like you got to do more, work out more. You're actually just going to add to the problem of weight gain. You're going to the opposite of what you're trying to do. So that's why my journey was so easy. I literally felt fine. I didn't have the hot
Mhm.
flashes and all that stuff. It was one day I was sitting at my desk right here and I felt my muffin top hanging over my pants. And I bet you 90% of you can relate to this. It happened overnight. I went to bed and I was fine, and there it was. And then the saggy triceps, and
Mhm.
then doing down dog in yoga in shorts and having to look at my thighs and like, and where did my muscles go? I have my grandmother's legs. They were fine yesterday. What happened? Every single client that I speak to and work with says the same things. So it feels like it happens overnight, but it's a long time coming based on the life that you've been living, how much stress that you have had. So, we are here to give you hope that whatever symptoms you're experiencing, you are not alone. I know that doesn't soothe anything right now, but knowing that you are not alone and knowing that there are solutions to get you feeling better, to losing that muffin top, to getting your toned legs and things back, to just feeling like your old self again. There are so many solutions out there. And for me, what I had to learn like Nicole slowing down, but I had to slow down in a different way. I've been a personal trainer my entire life. So working out 6, 7 days a week, sometimes twice a day was par for the course. I just loved it. I felt good, but I started to notice I didn't have the energy to do that. And what I learned is that that amount of working out was putting stress on my body and making it hard for me to get the results that I wanted. So, against my free will, I was so worried that I was going to gain all kinds of weight if I slowed down and I stopped working out as much. But I thought, all right, I'm going to trust this process. And I changed what I was eating as well. Big focus on protein and making sure I was getting enough protein and enough calories. Some days get busy not eating enough. And I now look and feel better than I did in my 20s, my 30s, maybe ever, honestly. So I'll just leave you with this. There is so much hope. There is so many solutions out there. You just have to make sure that you're working with people that understand the changes that you're going through. And there are men that understand because they've studied it, but generally they don't. You need to work with a woman in midlife who's going through it and who has studied this so that they can help you through this and become literally the best version of yourself because you just feel so darn good. So, in last week's episode, Nicole and I were talking about an incredible event coming up, the power of menopause. You need to be there if you are 40 plus, maybe even 35 plus, and you're just starting to think, something's different. Please go there. Go to thepowerofmenopause.com. Get your free ticket, and you will be able to enjoy so many different professionals, experts in their topic, that are going to give you so many solutions to everything that you're dealing with. And if they don't cover your particular topic there, know that you now have resources and you can reach out to those people. It's so important because it's such an awful feeling when that happens, especially when it's overnight because you feel like, gosh, I'm not doing anything different, right, Nicole? It's just my life changed literally overnight. So you're not alone and there are solutions.
Awesome. And just as a reminder, just again, we really appreciate our followers on our YouTube channel. We're well over 1,000, which we're so grateful for. So thank you for the regulars that tune in. For the newbies, hello and welcome. We're so excited that you have found us on the craziness and busyness of social media.
Right.
And so there's we always get this. How else can we follow you? So you can follow us on Instagram. It's Melissa Ann Hyde and Nicole Marine Scott. You can also join our free Facebook support page. And what that is, it's the Menopause Sisterhood with Nicole and Melissa. You can find us there. We're well over 700 women that have the conversation around menopause. And then for those of you that don't know, we also do 1 year weight loss transformational coaching in a private group for just $1 a day. So lots of ways that you can connect with us beyond just our YouTube channel. So thanks for
And
tuning in. And again, we're celebrating Menopause Month.
yes, and just a little PS at the bottom, our 1 year program, yes, weight loss, but so much more than that, literally transformational. See you next week.